Good morning and assalamu alaikum, class 10. Beta, can you hear me? Good morning and assalamu alaikum, everybody. Can you hear me, Beta? Nobody's answering me. Okay, okay, okay. Right now we are only in participants in class. Just give me 2 seconds to wait for other students if they are going to join the class or not. Then I'm going to start my lecture. Beta, I hope you all have checked your timetable of monthly test also. Okay, let me check, Adina. Let me check my sound settings. Walaikum salam, Fazia. Can you hear me now? Okay, class 10, I hope that you all have seen your monthly test timetable, which has been uploaded on Google Classroom and with their syllabus as well. So kindly don't waste your time at all. Make the most of the given time and start preparations for your monthly test. Obviously, again, in the same way, it will be of 25 marks. And in English, I have included from the railway carriage, dignity of work, and beautiful plant. And in English language, you will have your Daniel. Maybe this is kind of a problem in internet connection, maybe because I am trying my best and I am talking loudly so that you can hear me. Okay. So what I have included in MP, I have included narrations, voices, tenses, translations, and parts of speech. Now, parts of speech, obviously, we all know that articles, preposition, all these are. Yes, Fausia, because narrations we have done in class 9 as well. So they are not the new topics. In physical classes, I am only giving you a review of narrations. Otherwise, we have already done narrations in our previous class as well. So I have included all types of narrations in MT. Okay. So let's start today's lecture. Today we are going to have our lecture number 50 and date is 23rd of October 2020. And obviously, as you all know that these virtual classes are English literature classes, and in physical classes we are having our English language lectures. So again, today lecture number 50 and date is 23rd of October 2020. And what is the topic? It's lesson number 18, lesson number 18 and page number 71 and 72. And again, it's a poem. And name of the poem is Casabianca. Okay, इसको कोई Casabianca करता है. Somebody pronounce it like Casabianca. Okay, so basically it's a poem Casabianca. And before I start reading an explanation of this poem, let me tell you that it is said that it's a true story. Many people say that it's a true story of a very, you can say, obedient boy. Okay, and basically, this is a true actual incident that happened in 1798. This is the true incident that happened in 1798 during the Battle of Nile. Okay, जिसको दरियाए नील भी कहा जाता है. Beta, Casabianca is the name of a boy who was very, very obedient and who was very, you can say, committed boy. He was only 12 years old, and many people say that it is a true incident. It's a true actual story which happened in 1798 during the Battle of Nile. And he was the son of Mr. Joseph, who was the commander of warship. You can say the father of this boy Casabianca was a commander. Okay, he was the commander in army, and Casabianca was his son. He was only 12 years old, and basically this is a story about the commitment, about the bravery, and about the obedience. The boy Casabianca, who was only 12 years old, who also participated in the battle with his father. His father was commander in the army, who was leading the army, okay, during the battle. And Casabianca was his son, and he was 12 years old, too young. But he was very, very obedient. He was very, very committed and brave boy. Okay, so let's start reading. Okay. First of all, we are going to have the introduction of the poet, or you can say reference of the poet. This poem is written by Felicia Dorothea Jimenez. She was born in 1793 and died in 1835. She was born at Liverpool, but the family moved to Wales, where she was brought up. She was quick in mind and had a fine memory. As a poet, she has been compared to Longfellow, like Cowper. Okay, Cowper is again an English poet. Okay, and she was like Cowper. She loved the pathetic, and there is great enthusiasm for chivalry and heroism. Okay, what is the meaning of chivalry? Chivalry means a bold act or bravery. Meaning of chivalry is bravery or a bold act, and heroism means the qualities of being a hero. In her work, she also stressed moral values. She also stressed moral values. Okay, what is the important point that you are supposed to learn about the writer? First of all, her name. Her name was Felicia Dorothea Humans, and she was born in 1793, and she was died in 1835. Where did she born? She was born at Liverpool. She was born at Liverpool, but the family moved to Wales, where she was brought up. What are her adjectives? What are her qualities? Her qualities are she was quick in mind and had a fine memory. As a poet, she has been compared to Longfellow and like Cowper. Cowper is the name of an English poet. She loved the pathetic, and there is great enthusiasm for chivalry and heroism in her work. She also stressed moral values. Okay, it means that what did she like in her poetry? She liked chivalry, means bravery, boldness, and heroism means the qualities of being a hero. Okay, this is all about the reference of the poet or the introduction of the poet. Let's move forward. Okay, now we have stanza number 1. The boy stood on the burning deck. Beta enthusiasm means your passion, your energy, Josho Jazba. Okay? Enthusiastic means passionate, Josho Jazba Rakhne Wala. Okay. The boy stood on the burning deck whence all but him had fled. The flame that lit the battle's wet shone round him over the dead. First of all, I will give you the meanings of difficult words. What are the meanings of difficult words? First of all, deck. Deck means the floor of a ship. Battle's wreck, it means the ship had become a wreck after being damaged in fighting. Okay, shown. Shown is the second form of verb of or third form of verb of shine. Chamakna, bharakna. Okay. Again, I'm telling you, burning deck. Deck means the floor of a ship. Burning floor of the ship. Fled. Fled means to run away. Dar ke bhag jana. And battle's wreck means the ship was in a wreck after being damaged in a battle. Okay, now as I have told you earlier as well, that this poem Casabianca is all about the bravery, the energy, and the commitment of a boy whose name was Casabianca. and he was only 12 years old, and he was participating in a battle. He was the son of a commander in army. Basically, the father of the commander, the father of the Casabianca was a commander in an army, and there was a battle going on in the Nile. Nile जिसको कहा जाता है दरियाए नील. And this is the true incident happened in 1798 during the War of Nile. Okay, the boy stood on the burning deck whence all but him had fled. Now, the writer is saying that the floor of the ship was burning because of the war, because of the battle, because of the fire. The burning deck means the floor of the ship had caught the fire, and the boy was standing over there alone, whence all but him had fled, where all other army persons were run away. They run away, they fled because of fear. डर के मारे घबरा के तमाम लोग वहां से भाग गए थे. But only that boy, young boy, 12 years old boy, was standing over there on the burning deck. The flame that lit the battle's wreck shone round him over the deck. And now the writer is saying that the flames were so high that the battle's wreck means the ship that was already broken because of the fight, because of the battle. The ship had caught fire, and that fire was all around shining over the dead bodies. कुछ लोग तो डर के भाग गए, लेकिन बहुत से लोग उस जंग में, उस लड़ाई में मर गए. And now the fire was taking over the dead bodies, and even the boy was about to die because of the fire. Okay, but still he was feeling so brave, he was feeling so committed, and he was not running away, he was not leaving his place, he was standing over there. Now, you can see the explanation here. In these lines, poetess tells that Casabianca was standing on the board of the ship which was on fire. He was standing alone while others had left the ship. The flames of fire rising on all sides, these flames were shining over dead bodies of the soldiers killed in the battle. This is basically, this poem is all about the bravery of Casabianca. This poem is all about the commitment of the Casabianca, that his father was a commander in the army and he was also following his father. Now the ship had caught fire. The flames were rising so high that the flames were burning the dead bodies, and even Casabianca himself was about to die. Even all other people run away. They had left the ship. डर के मारे वो भाग गए थे और कुछ लोग मर गए थे. But Casabianca was so committed, Casabianca was so brave that he was not going to leave his place because he did not want to disobey his father. He wanted to follow the instructions of his father. That is why he was standing alone on the burning deck of the floor. Sorry, burning deck of the ship. Okay, now stanza number 2. Yet beautiful and bright he stood, as born to rule the storm, a creature of heroic blood, a proud though childlike form. Okay, first of all, the meanings of the difficult words. Uh, Heroic blood means the blood of great and noble people. The boy had inherited greatness and nobility from his forefathers. Here, it means that boy was so brave, the boy was so courageous, the boy was so committed. Heroic blood, उसने जो ये तमाम खूबियाँ थी इनहेरिट की थी, कहाँ से की थी, किससे की थी, अपने फोर फादर से की थी, अपने आबाओ अजदाद से की थी. Okay, now the writer is saying, yet beautiful and bright he stood, as born to rule the storm. The writer is telling us about the qualities, about the adjectives of the Casabianca. That the fire was taking over all the places of the ship. वो जो आग थी वो इतनी ज्यादा थी, इतने शोले उसके लंबे लंबे बड़े शोले थे, इतने हाई फ्लेम्स थे, इतने हाई फ्लेम्स ऑफ फायर थे कि हर चीज जो है वो उस आग की लपेट में आ रही थी. बट that 12 years old boy was standing so beautifully and brightly as born to rule the storm. ऐसा लगता था कि जैसे ये पैदा ही इन तूफानों का सामना करने के लिए हुआ है. As born to rule the storm means to face the storm, to face the problems, and to face the difficulties. That is what the writer is saying, that the boy Casabianca was standing so bravely, so courageously, beautifully and brightly that it seems that he was born to rule the storm. ऐसा लगता है कि जैसे ये लड़का इस दुनिया में आया ही इसलिए है कि वो तूफानों का सामना कर सके, परेशानियों को बर्दाश्त कर सके और मुसीबतों को फेस कर सके. A creature of heroic blood, a proud though childlike form. Now, the writer is saying कि he is a childlike form. 12 साल का है, he is a child, वो एक बच्चा है, लेकिन the qualities of heroic blood, the qualities of being a bold, brave, courageous, and committed, all these, you can say, all these adjectives and all these qualities that Casabianca has inherited from his forefathers. Okay, now see, in these lines, poetess tells that the boy stood on the board of the ship in spite of burning flames. यानी कि he was not afraid of fire at all. उसको उस आग से कोई डर या खौफ महसूस नहीं हो रहा था. He was standing proudly and boldly. He looked very handsome in the light of these flames. It seemed that he was born to govern over storms. He had inherited nobility from his forefathers. Though he was of tender age, he looked brave and proud to carry out the command of father. Now, the writer is saying he was only 12 years old. He was in a very tender age. Age means in a very innocent age, in a very small age. But the qualities that he had inherited from his forefathers were braveness, bravery, courage, you can say nobility, you can say confidence, and commitment. All these qualities that he had inherited from his forefathers were like he was born in this world to face the storms, to face the hardships, and to face the problems. Okay. Now, please tell me in the chat box, are these two stanzas clear? Class 10, are these two stanzas clear to all of you, beta? Any problem? Any question that you want to ask from me? Girls, you are not replying, beta. Okay. Let's move forward. Now we have stanza number 3. The flames rolled on, he would not go without his father's word, that father faint in death below, his voice no longer heard. Okay, now the writer is saying the flames rolled on. Rolled on means they are increasing slowly, gradually, They are becoming more high. They are becoming more high. They are increasing slowly, gradually, and they are going near to the boy. You can say the boy is about uh, to be taken over by the flames of the fire. The boy is about to die because of the high flames of the fire, but he would not go. But he would not go because he had made a commitment with his father that he will not leave the battlefield until his last breath. अगर वो चाहता तो वो मैदान जंग को छोड़ के जा सकता था, क्योंकि बहुत से लोग डर के मारे चले गए थे, लेकिन he was a committed boy, he was an obedient boy, and he was a brave boy. He made a commitment with his father that he will not leave the battlefield until the last breath of his. उसने ये अपने वालिद से अहद किया था, कमिटमेंट की थी कि वो अपनी आखिरी सांस तक मैदान जंग में रहेगा, नहीं छोड़ेगा. So now the flames were becoming so high. They were rising slowly and gradually. The boy was about to die because of the rising flames of the fire, but he would not go without his father's word. यानी कि अपने बाप के हुक्म के बगैर वो अपनी जगह नहीं छोड़ेगा. That father faint in death below, his voice no longer heard. और उसको ये पता ही नहीं है कि उसका बाप जो कमांडर है आर्मी का, उसकी डेथ हो चुकी है. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट फायर द फादर इज ऑल्सो डेड. द फादर इज नो मोर. हिज वॉइस नो लॉन्गर हर्ड. अब उसके बाप की आवाज़ मजीद सुनाई नहीं दी जाएगी, बिकॉज he is no more in this world. He is dead. He is died. But the boy was waiting for his father's message. He had a commitment with his father that he will not leave his place until and unless his father would ask him to leave the place. So he did not know, उसको नहीं पता था कि that father faint in death below. His voice no longer heard yet that his father is no more in this world. वो तो अब इस दुनिया में है ही नहीं, वो तो मर चुका है. अब वो अपने वालिद की आवाज़ कभी भी दोबारा नहीं सुन पाएगा. Okay, now see the explanation. In these lines, poetess says that flames rushed at Casabianca, यानी कि flames are coming nearer to the Casabianca, उसके करीब आते चले जा रहे हैं. But he had resolved not to leave the place unless his father permitted him. He had resolved means he had committed, he had made a decision कि वो अपने वालिद के हुक्म के बगैर अपनी जगह नहीं छोड़ेगा. His father was laying dead in the lower part of the ship, so his voice could be heard no more. उसका बाप शिप के कहीं अंदरूनी हिस्से में, अंदर के हिस्से में मर चुका है. उसकी बॉडी पड़ी हुई है उस शिप के कहीं अंदरूनी हिस्से में, और अब कैसा ब्यांका अपने वालिद की आवाज़ नहीं सुन पाएगा. लेकिन उसकी ये जिद थी, उसका ये फैसला था कि वो अपनी कमिटमेंट पूरी करेगा. वो उस वक्त तक उस मैदान जंग को नहीं छोड़ेगा जब तक उसका वालिद उसको पैगाम नहीं पहुंचाएगा. दिस इज कॉल्ड ओबीडियंस. दिस इज कॉल्ड कमिटमेंट. दिस इज कॉल्ड ब्रेवरी. कि वो 12 साल का लड़का इतना ब्रेव था, इतना कमिटेड था और इतना कंसर्न था अपने वालिद के साथ किए गए वादे को लेकर कि वो उसको पता था कि वो मरने वाला है, मौत उसके करीब आ रही है, क्योंकि आग उसकी तरफ बढ़ती चली जा रही थी. लेकिन he was brave enough to face the hardships and to face the problems. Okay, now now we have stanza number 4. He called aloud, say, Father, say, if yet my task is done, He knew not that the chieftain lay unconscious of his son. Okay, now what is the meaning of chieftain? It means a chief or a leader. As I have told you that his father was a commander in the army and he was leading his group. बेसिकली वो ही लीड कर रहा था आर्मी को, लेकिन उसकी डेथ हो चुकी है और अनकॉन्शियस मीन्स अनअवेयर, नॉट नोइंग, पता ना होना, खबर ना होना. Okay, now as the boy had seen that the flames of the fire were rushing towards him, अब जब उस लड़के ने देखा कि जो आग के शोले हैं वो उसकी तरफ बढ़ते चले जा रहे हैं, he called aloud, उसने ऊंची आवाज में चिल्लाया, चीखा, बोला, say father say, if yet my task is done, please my father reply me, please my father say me, either my work, my task, my objective is done or not. अब वो ऊंची आवाज में अपने बाप से ये पूछ रहा है कि प्लीज मेरे वालिद मुझे ये बता दीजिए कि क्या मेरा काम खत्म हो चुका है, इफ येट माई टास्क इज डन और नॉट, शुड आई लीव माई बैटल फील्ड और नॉट, क्या मैं मैदान जंग को छोड़ दूं या नहीं. He knew not that the chieftain lay unconscious of his son, or Casabianca did not know that his father is unconscious. His father is unaware and his father is not knowing about his son. उसके बाप को ये पता ही नहीं है कि मेरा बेटा जो है वो मेरे पैगाम का इंतज़ार कर रहा है, because he is dead, he is no more in this world, while his young 12 years old son is shouting, saying loudly again and again, say father say, if yet my task is done or not. In these lines, Otis tells that the boy called his father in a loud voice. He asked whether the duty assigned to him was completed or not. He did not know that commander of the ship was unaware about the condition of his son. उसको ये पता ही नहीं है कि his son is waiting for his message. He is asking again and again, कि please say father say, if my work is done, if my task is done or not, should I leave my place or not. This is called the bravery. This is called the commitment. अगर जाहिर है उसके पास तो पूरा चांस था, उसके पास तो पूरा मौका था कि जिस तरह बाकी लोगों ने जब ये देखा कि शिप को आग लग गई है वो पानी में कूद गए, डर के मारे भाग गए. तो अगर ये कासा बियांका चाहता तो वो भी ये कर सकता था, उसके पास भी अपनी जिंदगी बचाने का पूरा पूरा मौका था. बट ही वॉज अ committed boy. He was an obedient boy. He made a commitment with his father. He made a promise with his father that he would not leave the battlefield unless his father would ask him to leave the place. That is why he was asking loudly to his father that either my task is done or not, should I leave my place or not. Okay, now please tell me in the chat box, are these four stanzas clear? Should we move forward? Anybody else who wants to ask any question, any query, any confusion that you wanna ask from me regarding this poem? Okay. Now if we imagine, अगर हम लोग imagine करें और एक imagination अपने mind में लेकर आए, the boy Casabianca was surrounded by the flames. All around himself the flames were there, but he did not move. He did not leave his place. And he called again and again, but there was no reply. There was no reply from his father, and the ship had caught the fire. Everyone fled to save the life. हर इंसान डर के भाग गया वहां से to save his life, but he could not leave his position without the answer, without the message of his father. Okay, now we have stanza number 5. Stanza number 5 is Speak, father, once again, he cried, if I may yet be gone. And but the booming shots replied, and fast the flames rolled on. Okay, first of all, I will give you the meanings of difficult words. Boom. To boom means to make a deep echoing sound as of guns. इस तरीके से गन की आवाज आती है जो गूंजती है. So here the writer is making a comparison between the shots of a rifle shots or a gun shots with the sound of the burning flames. हमें सबको पता है कि जब खुदा न खास्ता कहीं बहुत खतरनाक किस्म की आग लग जाती है, डेंजरस किस्म की आग भड़क उठती है, तो उस आग के शोलों का एक खास किस्म का साउंड होता है, एक नॉइज होता है, एक वॉइस होती है. Here the writer is comparing that sound of fire, the sound of the flames were as same as the gun shots or the rifle shots. बिल्कुल उस आग के शोले इतने भड़क रहे थे और उनकी आवाज़ें इतना गूंज रही थी एनवायरनमेंट में, एटमॉस्फेयर में, कि ऐसा लग रहा था कि जैसे राइफल शॉट्स या गन शॉट्स उनके कहीं आप कह सकते हैं कि कहीं क्या क्या कहना चाहिए, मतलब कि पिस्तौल से निकली हुई गोलियों की आवाज़ें, गूंजती हुई गोलियों की आवाज़ें फिजा में ऐसे गूंज रही थी कि जैसे वो आग की नहीं बल्कि गोलियों की या फायर जो गन से की जाती है या राइफल से की जाती है उससे मिल रही है. So, speak, father, once again he cried, if I may yet be gone. Again, the boy Casabianca, who was only 12 years old, he asked his father once again, "Hey, may I leave the place now? Can I leave my place now? Should I go from here now? क्या मैं यहाँ से जा सकता हूँ? क्या मैं अपनी जगह को छोड़ सकता हूँ?" But obviously, the father of the boy was unconscious and he was dead in somewhere inside the ship, and he was unaware of his son, that his son was waiting for his answer. And the boy Casabianca, who was only 12 years old, he was crying and he was shouting loudly again and again, if my yet be gone, should I leave my place? Should I move from here? But there was no reply of his father. And but the booming shots replied, and fast the flames rolled on. Now, the writer is saying there was no reply of his father, there was no reply of his father, but only the reply was of booming shots. किस चीज का जवाब था, किस चीज का आंसर था? Only the answer of the booming shots means only there was a sound, a noise, a voice of the booming shots, means the burning flames of the fire, the rising flames of the fire were only replying the boy, from where the boy could get the idea that he was about to die. He was about to leave the world forever because the burning flames of the fire were rushing towards the boy, and the boy was about to die. The boy was about to burn. जलने जा रहा था. And fast the flames rolled on, and the flames of the fire were very, you can say, fastly, very quickly rushing towards the boy, and boy was going to die. In these lines, Buddhist tells that the boy again cried and asked his father if he could go. He wanted to say more, but his voice was drowned in the midst of heavy noise of guns, and the flames rushed on very fast. Now, the writer is saying that the boy was crying so loudly. The boy was crying in a very loud voice to ask his father either he can leave his place or not. But his, you can say his voice was taken over by the high flames of the fire. His voice was drowned in the mid of heavy noise of guns and the flames. So, अगर if we imagine that scenario, if we imagine that environment, कि it's a battlefield and guns shots are everywhere and a fire is engulfing the ship, the burning deck of the ship, and the boy was about to die, to leave the about to leave the world forever. तो आप सोचें कि वो लड़का ऊंची ऊंची आवाज में चीखो पुकार कर रहा है, अपने वालिद से पूछ रहा है कि क्या मैं यहाँ से चला जाऊं, क्या मैं ये जगह छोड़ सकता हूँ, क्या मेरा काम मुकम्मल हो गया है. But obviously his father was dead, there was no answer of his father. So his voice was drowned in the mid of heavy noise of guns, and the flames rushed on very fast. It means that the flames of the fire were rushing very quickly towards the boy, and the boy was going to die. Okay, so this poem has only altogether 10 stanzas, but in today's class I have included 5 stanzas. The remaining 5 stanzas, inshallah, we will complete tomorrow. Okay, now who is going to tell me the central idea of this poem? You have studied explanation and reading of 5 stanzas. After reading 5 stanzas, what should be the central idea of this poem? Hurry up. Class 10, hurry up, give me the central idea of this poem. What should be the central idea? Hurry up, boys and girls. Nobody is answering me. Class 10, are you there? Are you listening me or not? I want you to give me the central idea of this poem. Boys and girls, are you there? I think you all are sleeping. What should be the central idea of this poem? Class 10, are you there? Should I mark your absent now? I think I should mark your absent. Very good, Daniel. I think only Daniel is listening to me and answering me. Rest of the class is sleeping. Yes, Daniel, you are right. This poem is all about the bravery. Uh, you can say, oh, yes, Daniel, I know, I know. This poem is all about bravery, about commitment and obedience. As that boy was only 12 years old and he got a chance to leave the place as well. But no, he was committed to his father. Just to fulfill his commitment, he did not leave his place. And because of that commitment, he lost his life at, as well. So we all should be very committed and courageous and should face the hardships and problems in our life very boldly, very courageously, and very bravely. Okay, now till tomorrow's class, take very good care of yourself. Stay safe. Thank you and Allah Hafiz. Yes, now Misha has given the answer. Yes, Misha, very good answer.